Vampire. We've all heard that word before. We've all also heard that supposedly if a vampire bites you, you turn into a vampire, or you can kill a vampire with sunlight or a wooden stake through the heart. But what actually is a vampire? In this episode, I, Mortika Lacrosse, am going to talk to an actual vampire and ask a few questions that everybody's been wanting to know. I'm Mortika Lacrosse. This is New Revolution TV. Revolutionize your life. So, as I said, I'm going to talk with a real-life vampire, so here we go. So, are vampires immortal?
Well, I don't know if there actually are any, but the ones I know aren't, so no, not that I'm aware of.
Are vampires born?
Mostly, yes. It's just more of whether you're kind of awakened or not, if that makes any sense. If not, then, you know, you can kind of look that up. Just be careful what information you go for.
Can one be turned into a vampire?
No.
Is there is there more than one type of vampire?
Yes, there's actually a few different types. The ones I know of for sure, though, are the sanguine, which are the ones that prefer blood. And then there are the psychics who feed off of other people's energies, or their, like, auras, as some will call it, or, you know, things like that. I actually fit into that second category. There are some who actually do both. It's actually not that bad, but if you do, I suggest you be very careful with who you take blood from. These people we call our black swans, mainly because they're the ones that volunteer to go ahead and let us do this and whatnot.
In your words, what exactly is vampire culture?
And I'm personally not fully in the vampire culture. I kind of am on my own type of thing because I don't know any here where I'm at. But I know there are some who, you know, do groups like covens or houses or things like that, and they will all get together, help each other. The good ones do, anyways. And they can also get together with their swans and feed and hang out and support one another. That's pretty much what it is. That the good side of it, just like any community, there is going to be a dark side, and I suggest you be careful with that. But I really don't know anything about the darker side of that, and I prefer not to.
Are there books by so-called vampires you have any issues with?
Yeah, the Psychic Vampires Codex. I actually could not even finish reading. I had so many problems with that one, especially the part where she tries to claim that we're aliens. That part kind of threw me for a loop, so I finally had to put that down.
Can vampires be in the sunlight?
Some of us can, yeah, but there are a few of us that do have reactions to it. Some of us can be in it for a while, but we get sick or whatnot. And like me, I can be out in the sun. I can be out there with my kids for a couple of hours, but after like close to 2 or so, I'm starting to feel nasty, sick, whatever. I have to be out in the shade. And then a couple more hours after that, I have to go inside. I'm not feeling good. I'm sluggish after that. I'm drained. I don't want to be out there. 2 hours max in direct sunlight, I'm getting a 3rd-degree burn. It's not good for me. And I know some who can't even be in it without getting sick and getting dizzy and falling over for even less time than that. So,
what kills a vampire?
Well, what kills you? If it kills you, it's probably going to kill us. So,
Do vampires wear all black? I apologize for these questions.
it's fine. No, not all of us have to wear black. That is a stereotype. I mean, a good majority of us probably do wear it, and we liked it. But it is not a required thing. So, no, you don't have to in order to be a vampire. That's like saying you have to wear pastels all the time.
Are vampires evil?
Well, are some humans evil? I mean, just like anybody in any community, you're going to have the good and the bad. We have that too. So, I mean, you kind of just have to be careful where you go. And when you do look up your stuff, you know, be careful about the information you're getting and make sure that it's actually real information and not false stuff.
How did you find out you were a vampire?
Again, going back to the information, I kind of had a lot of stuff kind of going on with me. As a witch as well, I can kind of pinpoint people's energies and stuff, and I could tell that I was kind of feeding from it, and I didn't know why. And if I didn't, I would start kind of getting sick and feeling sluggish and down, and more so than I normally would. And then I started doing research. I started looking things up because I didn't have anybody to talk to about that kind of stuff. And I couldn't talk to my parents about it. And I kind of had to nitpick and go through and figure out what was real and not. And after a while, I kind of figured out that's what I was, and I was kind of awakening at the time. So it was hard doing it alone, but I managed.
Do werewolves exist?
Not in the way that people would think, thanks to Hollywood. I do not know anybody who can actually physically turn into a wolf. I do know that there are, you know, some that are considered like otherkin or Therian, I think it's called. Yes. And they have an attachment to an animal spirit. Again, going back to me, I'm kind of like that as well. I have a wolf spirit, and you kind of get these like phantom feelings, or you know, you can take on characteristics of this animal spirit and feel connected to them, and sometimes feel like that. Like for me, sometimes I like to growl or howl or little things like that. Or I'll feel like ears or tail and they're not there. Again, phantom limbs. But it's just, you know, things like that.
Do you sleep in a coffin?
No, and you don't have to be being a vampire. Hell, a goth would probably like it. But I will admit, I do think it would be really cool to do. Again, not everybody has to do that. That's just my own opinion.
And final question, what is your favorite vampire movie and or book?
I actually liked the Queen of the Damned series, the books. Some of the movies were okay, but I prefer the books. Just and then there was there's one series of books. I can remember one of the names in it. It was called Shattered Glass or Shattered Mirror, and it was more of a teens kind of book. It was a vampire book, and that one was actually pretty good. Movie wise, that's actually kind of hard because I like some of them, but
say Lost Boys. Kidding.
Lost Boys is good, but I can't really pick a favorite on movies like that. Nah, that's about all I can really think of.
And that's all the questions.
Again, be careful where you get your information.
Bye.
Bye.
So anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to see other content of this video, similar to this video, make sure you check the description bar below. There'll be some links to other videos and even articles about this particular topic. So make sure you check that below. I'll leave some links to some other YouTubers that have made videos about this topic as well. Pretty soon, coming up, I'm going to be doing some videos about Therians and other topics pertaining to that issue of Therians and discussing the matter in more detail. So stay tuned, and a way you can stay tuned to find out when these videos are coming up is by clicking that subscribe button. And if you like this video or like the content of this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Mortika Lacrosse. Until next time, stay wicked. For those of you who stayed tuned to the very end after we showed the end credits, this is what you saw me drinking throughout the entire video. I am not sponsored by them in so whatsoever. Hashtag not spawn at all. I was just really thirsty throughout the interview, but this is what I was drinking. Anyways, I'm Mortika Lacrosse. I already said the outro, so I'm not going to say it again. Bye.